Will AI take your job? The truth might scare you. In this video, I'm going to highlight jobs that are more likely to be replaced with AI and things you can do to add job security if you're in one of these roles or help you get paid more even if you're in a different role. The AI revolution is here, and what it's doing is transforming jobs faster than you can imagine. I have a friend who works in CT and X-ray in hospitals, and they've started using AI to do scan reviews. Now, you still have to have a human check it, but that is an industry that I didn't think AI would jump into so quickly. It's going across industries, and some jobs you're actually going to end up getting paid a lot more if you become that expert behind AI, whereas other places you might end up getting replaced if you don't move quick enough. So what jobs might be the quickest to be replaced with AI? The first one is administrative and customer service. These two are really kind of already being replaced, especially customer service. Look at companies like Amazon. They're using chatbots, they're using AI to answer as many questions as possible, process refunds, and actually take action into the infrastructure of a client. So we call those AI agents because they're able to have a conversation, understand what's going on, and then solve that problem. Now, you might think, oh, I have to do all these tasks when I'm on a phone for customer service. Those things are quickly being replaced. I just did a video on AI voice agents where they can schedule calls, make sales, answer FAQs, connect with the right person. And these are all things that, phone connectors and customer service people used to do, and they're very quickly getting replaced. And the thing is, a lot of times they're significantly cheaper, 1/10 of the price, and more accurate because the scripts are preset. With administrative work, one of the things that is quickly being replaced is data entry and basic tasks. If you can create simple rules for what needs to happen, they're being replaced with AI agents, AI workflows, and just simple automation workflows. My team specifically has significant amounts of workflows where we use AI to enrich things like proposal follow-ups and onboarding forms and even surveys, questionnaires, pre-screening for sales calls. Now, we're not necessarily replacing people, but we're making their jobs way more efficient, which means we probably have to hire less and to do more. Now, the last place is retail and customer service. We're seeing robots and AI do order picking, taking orders at fast food restaurants, and even doing checkout at things like Publix as they have those automated systems. But now they're getting better and better, especially as you can integrate true AI, video technology, watching, making sure things aren't getting stolen. And that was an issue in the past, but it's just getting 10 times better. So why are these jobs kind of the easiest ones to replace? First off, it's a lot of repetitive tasks. So you can build custom rules around what's going on to help you make decisions. And honestly, one of the biggest things is they have a limited need for human empathy because there's going to be set structures and rules for them to follow. And they're going to go through this process, kind of like manufacturing, where, they don't really care if a human touches it. They just want the results to be perfect. And so we'll still see, and we're going to get into this, where empathy and creativity are one of the things that are going to help you with job security, as well as being able to operate these new AI systems and really understand how to train them and improve them. So now we've covered the scary part of the jobs that are most likely to get replaced in the short term. Now, here's how you make sure that you have job security. First off, always continuous education. Look at roles like leadership where you have to train and educate and oversee, and that can even be overseeing AI agents. Roles that are extremely creative are always, in my opinion, going to be in high demand, especially as you get to that top 1% or even 5%, because now AI can obviously do image creation and image generation, but you still need someone to prompt it. And a lot of times you want to edit it, improve it, and you really don't want everything to look the same. So that's what's going to happen is that without these really good prompt engineers and designers to still modify and make everything look cohesive, it really isn't going to come out the way people want. And we see this with brands like Jaguar. While I don't know if they actually used AI, the audience did not love what they came up with. It was very sterile and bland. So whoever was the creative director behind that fell flat. And so these creative professionals and marketers are going to be the ones that are really going to excel because their demand is going to become even higher, especially if they learn how to integrate their skills into AI systems. Now, we used the example of healthcare earlier. I did mention that AI is already being implemented. So I think that what's going to happen is there are going to be fewer and fewer jobs. So I used the example of radiology where they're checking scans. What's going to happen is a radiologist will be able to check maybe 10 scans an hour versus 5. And those aren't the real numbers, but you see what's going to happen is they're going to become more efficient. And it's the ones that are willing to use that, willing to understand it, and then willing to improve it and help give feedback when something's wrong. That's where that job security is really going to come in. And as long as they're willing to evolve and work with the new systems, they're going to be more valuable than they were before. And the last piece of this is emotional support and professionals. It's very difficult to take an AI to be a manager or something like that because they have to have empathy, they have to have impact, they have to have EQ, emotional intelligence, that really works with people, learns how to motivate them, learns how to operate. And the thing is, as things change, it's going to be less smaller and smaller teams. So it might be one manager managing 5 people who manage 5 AIs. So the structure is going to continuously be changing, but as long as you're involved in this process, you're going to be set up for success, especially in the next 10 to 20 years. So just to summarize, a couple things that you can do to make sure that you have job security is, of course, upskill, learn new tools, learn new softwares, education, improve your EQ and emotional intelligence so that you're really learning how to engage and work with people and interact, and people enjoy working with you. That's going to be a huge part of making sure you're successful in the workplace. Then the next piece of this is going to be focusing on relationships. And I've mentioned this so many times, learning the AI tools, learning how they work. You don't have to be an engineer, but making sure you can improve, manipulate, and understand at least what's going on in the back end and help improve systems. So one of the examples I use is that voice AI agent. There's always a back end system where a manager can go in and listen to those calls and then edit the scripts and prompts appropriately. That person can oversee thousands of calls in a week, and it can even set up a system that they get flagged for calls that maybe didn't go well. So frustration detection, things like that. And they can learn how to improve that. And so that person will be even more valuable than they were before by learning how to use these tools. So if I had one takeaway for this video, it really is don't compete with AI, but learn how to work alongside it so that way you're more successful in the end. If you guys like videos like this, please make sure to subscribe. And I have some freebies down below, including a feature article on USA Wire for my business owners and a bunch of lead database for my marketers. I appreciate it. Thank you.